Hey guys, in this video, what we're going to talk about is gratitude simplified. How you can do something in 1 minute to experience gratitude. So, a couple weeks ago, I made a video on gratitude. It was really well received. And then I had the interview with Steve Foren right after. And I got feedback that people liked the video and they liked the links and they liked all the suggestions, but that gratitude was still something they were struggling with. So gratitude is, like I said, it took me 8 years to be able to experience a day of gratitude. But what Steve said in the video really hit home with me is, what's the good in this situation? So when we look at something, we can say, what's the good in this situation? So that's something we can take away. So that's something that makes gratitude much simpler. And also, if you're not able to be grateful, be okay with that. If you are angry and hateful and you want to punch everything in the world, or whatever the feeling, whatever the emotion is, so often we're told, don't just be happy, all this. This is the toxic positivity that we talked about in some of the other videos. Jill Payne did a great job explaining that. It's not that. It's not pretending bad things aren't happening. And it's not that we are trying to live this Pollyanna lifestyle. It's like, how can we be grateful in this situation? So like, I had a phone call this week and I was so nervous about it. And I knew I was supposed to practice what's the good, but I didn't. I just was upset that I was sick for a couple of weeks. I was upset that I hadn't accomplished the things I wanted to accomplish. I did my gratitude, my 5-minute journal. I did that. I still was not leaning very heavily to grateful. However, I still did the paces. I wrote in 5-minute journal. I read Gratitude at Work from Steve Foren. I read my calendar. I brought this up to show again, the grateful living practice. Today it says put a bow on everything you're grateful for. And I was joking around with my girlfriend about how funny that would be if we actually did that. But it is incredible that we have water, we have internet, we have technology, we can do all of these things. But that stuff becomes normal so quickly that we don't value it, and we focus on the high price of groceries, or the state of affairs, or the political situation, or the wars in the world. And I am not saying ever to not pay attention to those things or to be aware of those things. And if those things are important to you, 100%. But it's when that bitterness overtakes us that it's, for me, I guess, that I don't want to live that way. So when I lived more gratefully and I start to see what's the good in this situation, it's been so helpful. And I pulled up some of the heavyweights here. So I got, you can read How to Fight by Thich Nhat Hanh. And there's David Steinrath, brother David Steinrath, You Are Here. There's the Tao of Pooh. My friend Megan introduced this to me in university years and years ago. And Notes for the Journey Within by Sri Sri. But sometimes it's like, that's like watching Michael Jordan play basketball, or LeBron, or Luka, or Caitlin. I love my basketball, and be like, oh, just do that. I'll just be like them. Like, they're the heavyweights. They're the ones. Act like Amma. Act like Rosa Parks. Be like Mother Teresa. So that can be so difficult sometimes. So Mr. Roger movie that Tom Hanks was in. And in that movie, they said, just be aware for 1 minute of what we can be grateful for. So I thought, so we can write our 3 things out. We can do all those things. It's amazing. Sometimes we don't have that. Sometimes we just have a minute. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to bring my phone out right here. You can do the same thing. Put it in front of you. Pull up I'll even close it and pull the app back up. The clock. Put it on the stopwatch. And we'll just start it. And for just 1 minute, be grateful, or be aware of the things you could be grateful for, that you are grateful for. 1 minute. So in that, what were you grateful for? For me, the thing that came up was my family, my breath, and then I'm able to do this. Some of the things that came up. So in that 1 minute, what were you grateful for? So that's one example, just 1 minute to be a little bit more grateful. And then it might become a little bit more in your life. And if you're frustrated, be frustrated. Feel your feelings. Just don't launch them at other people, and see if you can be a little bit more grateful. That's that 1 minute exercise. And see if you can take that gratitude and something you were grateful for, appreciate it, the breath or somebody else. You can send them a text, you can write them a letter, you can, an actual letter, you can mail it to them, or you could send them a note, email, or anything, or say hi to them. People are starving for attention, or not attention, but connection. And when we start connecting with ourselves, when we can help others and we can connect with others. So if you can, one simple thing, take that 1 minute, be grateful for whatever comes up. And if nothing comes up, it's okay. You can try again the next day, try again later, use that. And then see if you can have gratitude a little bit more in your life. Then you can start writing in a journal, you can read some books, but just one simple step, 1 minute to gratitude. All right. Hope that helps. Like the channel, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for the time. And I hope this helps. Have a great one.